attention is ripe, and it lies in not leaving yourself, meaning not leaving the feeling within as opposed to the perception without, not moving away from. But remaining with the feeling that is whole and silent. And in the wisdom of all of this, there is a gradual process for most in the way in which it is revealed. The greater the earnestness, the greater the vigilance, the more is revealed. The habit of conditioning, constantly trying to pull attention away, while this earnestness is simply remaining with the feeling that lives as the heart. And holding this humble intention to not allow the habit of distraction to pull on the attention. In the beginning, it is primarily with thought, but it is eventually recognized to be in all the perceptive senses of the body, as opposed to this movement to try to make the mind feel comfortable. There begins to be this hunger to just remain with that has never been without comfort. And it has nothing to do with anything perceptive. The more this becomes the precedent, and it becomes more the precedent, the more it is tasted, because the more it is tasted, the more it is revealed. Out of this sense of silence and peace and wholeness arises this love, this luminosity, this happiness. And the depth to which it is tasted is completely up to the vigilance and earnestness around remaining with yourself, remaining with the feeling of yourself. Letting go of the habits, all the conditioned habits that pull attention into the play of phenomena. Eventually, what is recognized is that what is called the Atman God within, that in the nature of the feeling of your heart is the feeling of the source, is the feeling of the master, is the feeling of the immaculate. Once there is a stabilization in this, then there arises the recognition that even the pull to be distracted, the arising of the appearance of thought and sensation, that in fact it is all coming out of that, not out of someone. Yet there is free will. And the free will is all around whether you are pulled from yourself. And the degree and frequency of these conditioned pulls to be pulled away from yourself lie in the direct alignment with the depth of your commitment to remain with yourself. It is part of how the wisdom works. When there is the full recognition that everything is arising out of that, it is the abolishment of experience of inside and outside. Prior to that, vigilance is remaining with the feeling within. In other words, remaining still. If this type of vigilance is intermittent, based on circumstance, then it remains elusive. However, the more frequent the taste, the greater the hunger. But it is built upon revealing the beauty gradually as the earnestness grows, and eventually the hunger is tasted as it really is, not with this numbing overlay. And what it really is that the yearning is constant. Feeding this growing fire, this passion to not let go of what is real, to not let go into the appearance that creates all of the issues, to refrain from the conditioned impulses of distraction until it changes from a sense of an exercise to a passion. Because that is its nature. Like any artist, in the beginning there is exercise. But when the mental part of it is removed, and it becomes true expression, it is passion. The feeling of yourself is the passion out of which all passion arises. It is the love out of which all love arises. It is the light out of which all light arises. It is the happiness out of which all happiness arises. And it is all dependent on turning away from the habits of distraction built around the story of me. And it's all about now, for that's all there ever is. It's all about the feeling within that is felt to be everywhere. The more steadfast, the more the wisdom reveals the depth of the beauty. And it is endless. Not to be pulled away from yourself based on habitual distractions. Not to be pulled from the arms of the beloved. Letting every perceptive experience arise and pass. The appearance of thought arise and pass. And just remaining in prostration to the Atman, which is your own heart. Arising of every thought and every sensation is the opportunity just to let it go. The more consistent it is, the slower the arising of phenomenal events.